you believe us?
Hallelujah.
Truly, we thank Yahweh for just being so good. You know, we're just so grateful for all the things that Yahweh has done for us.
Yes, Father.
And we look at life and we realize that
Thank you.
sometimes like the platform is just too big. You would just be able to hang in there and just believe in Yahweh's word. But you know, you got to press on. You just got to keep on believing and just stand firm and understand that Yahweh's got your back in all things.
Hallelujah.
And just understand that through all things, you know, everything was made by Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
So today, you know, it amazes me that when I have something I think I have, I don't have nothing. But Yahweh is still good. You know, this week,
Hallelujah.
my wife, she went to a storage unit auction, and it just happened to this lady. She had 3 big units. They were 10 by 30s. So if I give you an idea of it, it's probably come about from the wall to about along here, 30 feet deep. So probably about along here. So she had 3 of them, 3 units packed to the capacity. She was a hoarder. 3 units. I got 2 of them.
Hallelujah.
I got 2 of them. But Yahweh is good because today, you know, what Yahweh gave me in the midst of all that, about hoarding. You know, from a biblical point of view, hoarding is the result of human nature or a fallen state. Sometimes we got to realize that if you look back and you hold on to things, sometimes you need to walk away. You need to walk away and understand that everything that you have gone through in this life, if you continue to focus on it, the people who hurt you, the things, the bad experiences that you had in life, you never ever be able to move forward in life. And you think about it, it has spiritual and natural applications to it.
Hallelujah.
And a lot of times people got to understand the spiritual application of it is the part that we need to get right. The natural part, hopefully somebody can help you overcome that. It's called intervention. But you have to want to let it go. But the thing is that in our life, we have to understand that if we hoard things in the past, we'll never be able to move forward in life. And you have to understand that whatever we go through in this life, you know, if you are a new creature in Yahshua, then all those old things are in the past. You got to be able to look and walk forward in your spiritual walk with Yahweh, because if you don't do that,
Hallelujah.
then Yahshua Messiah talked about the plow. You know, you can't be able to plow and then look forward and look in the back. You got to be able to do this work and be able to understand. You got to always look forward. So it don't matter who's hurt you, who misinterpreted you, whatever has been part of your life in the past. You just got to understand it's in the past.
Hallelujah.
Because we all have people who've been hurt for misunderstandings, because sometimes people don't always have understanding or the ability to get clarification through certain things in life. And Yahweh said, you know, this is like what people have go through in their spiritual life. They hoard a lot of things. And that's why they can't grow spiritually. Because they keep going back, what happened to me? What happened to me? Your bad experience. But you got to understand that you are a new creature in Yahshua. It takes a dedicated effort to be in Yahweh. You got to be constantly renewed, reminded of the new image that you represent. Hallelujah. And because you are a new creature in Yahshua, you got to understand that those old things, those old ways, those behaviors, the spiritual pitfalls that you had, they're behind you. Because if you always looking backwards, you will always fall in a ditch. And we got to understand we have people who watch us. So if we're talking about being believers in Yahweh, then we have to always move forward in Yahweh. Always talk about the positive things in Yahweh. Look at Yahshua Messiah. All the hurt that he went through. Look at the disciples. Look at Saul. Shipwrecked, naked, beaten. But did he always dwell on the past? No, he kept looking at the future. He always understood it was bigger than him. And that means for believers of Yahweh, you can't always hold on to these things. Let them go. If you don't let them go, they will derail your future, because you'll never be able to grow spiritually where you need to be at And when things do happen to you, you won't go through them too well because you got too much luggage on you. And that's amazing because we're supposed to be soldiers. And if you notice anything about soldiers, even in natural terms, soldiers go out and they travel light. They travel light with the only essentials that they need to be successful in their fight. We're in a spiritual fight. And we have to put the things on that we need to give us the spiritual growth and the spiritual proficiency to be able to fight the fight of righteousness. And that means don't talk about the past. It's behind you.
That's right.
It's behind you. Someone hit you in the head, it's behind you. Move on. You got to get strong behind that. Because guess what? That's what people do who are not even in our faith. But they found the courage to move on. And it's bad when you have people who are not in our faith, who are stronger than people who are supposed to be in our faith. So then we got to question, where's your dedication to this walk? If you say that you love Yahweh and you want to be a part of Yahweh, then you got to understand, you got to pick up your torture stake and you got to follow out the Yahshua Messiah. And a lot of things that you experience in your life, sometimes they need to happen to you to get you on the right track. Sometimes they need to happen to you to keep you focused and let you understand this is not your battle. It's not about you. It is about the kingdom of Yahweh. And if Yahweh gave his son, who came down and let mortal man beat on him, and then he died for us, and then he says, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do.
Hallelujah.
What sort of message is that for us? What sort of inspiration is that for us? Don't dwell on the things in the past. Move forward in life. And it's like anything else in life, people, sometimes they're stuck in the past. And when you're stuck in the past, you'll never ever be able to be successful in the future. Because you always say, in the morning, I get up on the bed, the same place. I do the same thing. I put my glasses here. I put my book here. You move my book, you move my glasses. Where's it located? Just go and find your book, find your glasses, and make the adjustments. Don't make a big deal out of it because someone moved your glass where you don't put your glass at. Someone took your seat. You got to move on. There's so many things that derail us because of behaviors. Because I put it there, because you expect it there. Well, guess what? What are you going to do when we can't come to service? What are you going to do when the enemy begin to put you somewhere and you don't have no place? You don't have a seat. You don't have no place, and you realize all the time that you had to build yourself up in the faith of Yahweh, you wasted it.
Hallelujah.
Because you were too busy hoarding the bad things in your life, talking about all the things people talked about you. Some of the people are dead. They're gone. My brother has a problem with my father. My father is dead and gone. But he's still hanging on to my father. And I'm saying, you go to the church, why are you still living in the past? My father is dead and gone.
Hallelujah.
So we're going to tell you, you cannot hold on to the past. You need to move forward. People who hurt you, you pray for them and just keep on going. And it gives you the strength to understand that everything that we do is all about Yahweh. It's all about growing in Yahweh. It's all about moving forward in Yahweh. It's all about encouraging one another because that's what we're here to do. And one day we're going to die. And when they lay us out and everybody look at us, what would be their mindset? Brother never complained, sister never complained. They always kept on going. Be encouraged. Don't worry about everybody else. So the believers of Yahweh, be strong in Yahweh in the power of his might. And just understand, you got to keep on moving forward. It don't matter what people say about you. You just make sure that the only thing that counts is what you do for Yahweh. You just make sure that you know that when you close your eyes, that you've done your best and say, Yahweh, Father, I commit my life into your hands. And you let Yahweh judge you on for that. So believers of Yahweh, encourage one another. Move forward in your life and let those things that hinder you, let them go. Because if you don't let them go and you don't know what forgiveness is all about, then you got to understand, if Yahshua Messiah forgave us, we got to forgive.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
That's a prerequisite.
That's right.
We have to learn to forgive and move on.
That's right.
So again, I always finish up like Brother Green always tells us, find my brothers and sisters, be strong in Yahweh in the power of his might. Be strong. Go out there to the young people, touch them, keep them, encourage them, and let them know they're going to fall.
Hallelujah.
But sometimes you got to understand your strength is in your fall. Because you got to be able to get back up and move forward and know that it's going to get better. Let's bow our heads. Yahweh, Heavenly Father, Most High, Precious King,
Yes,
We
Father.
thank you once again for just being so good. Keep us and just guide us. Let your spirit, Yahweh, your anointing, Yahweh, be upon us and just keep us in the way of your word.
Thank you, Father.
Yahweh, give us the wisdom and understanding to know that you're in control of all things. And Yahweh, give us strength that we may, Yahweh, go out and touch young people.
Thank you, Father.
And speak to them words of encouragement, words of life right now, Yahweh. Let them know that you are the answer, Yahweh, that you have the final say-so in all things, Yahweh. And they need, Yahweh, to read your word, embrace your word, Yahweh, live by your word. And don't be concerned about all the side distractions, Yahweh, but understand that in you we live, and we have all being. Look down upon the leaders right now, Yahweh. Keep them and guide them. Look down upon the strong believers. Look down upon the weak believers. Look down upon, Yahweh, those who are struggling. Look down upon, Yahweh, those who are mentally impaired right now, Yahweh. Look down upon, Yahweh, those who have hate in their heart right now, Yahweh. Look down upon, Yahweh, those who have no food on the table. Look down upon the prostitutes, the alcoholics right now, Yahweh, the murderers and the liars, oh Heavenly Father. Oh, Yahweh, keep us all and just keep us in the word, Yahweh. Keep us in your way. And Yahweh, keep us, Yahweh, mindful that you have the final say-so in all things. We just want to say thank you for your goodness and for your unmerited favor. This we pray. In Yahshua Mashiach, hallelujah. Amen.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.